Hello, everyone. It is January 25th, and this is your pop up LinkedIn Live coming to you from Moving Image Consulting. Hello, I am Allison Henderson, your presentation coach and the leader of the Presenting True to You program, as well as a bunch of other things. Feel free to check out the website at www.movingimageconsulting.com. Today, if you saw the title, I am encouraging you to be selfish. Now, what does this mean exactly? Most of my clients fall in the 45 to say 60-year-old range. And this is, of course, the generation, and we were taught to always put ourselves last. That if you were a girl, you were going to be in charge of not only working, but everything in the household and raising the kids and doing everything you can. And you had to be a brownie mom and teach religious ed and do everything that was asked of you. Be in charge of the PTA. If you were a boy, you were told that you were going to provide for your family and be the Boy Scout dad and the basketball coach and tithe to your church or synagogue or whatever you worship, and and that was your job, to put yourself last. And I'm trying very desperately in my own life because it is really, really difficult to change all of that programming. And I am working this year to put myself first and to make me the most important person in my life. And that is because the only way that I can truly be authentic with everything else in my life is if I put myself first. So hang with me. And the reason I say that's the way you're going to figure out your own authentic self is because it will turn into your why and your stories and your business success and failures, rather than tying it into doing it for someone else. Now, of course, that puts us into dangerous territory where suddenly we're the only one to blame, right? The buck stops here. But that's also what we were taught growing up, the same generation. So we're kind of used to that. However, I'm not saying blame as in, oh, I'm a terrible person and this authenticity thing is a bunch of BS and none of this works and I'm just going to go back to the way that I was doing things before. I'm saying that you can become more objective. And there's an exercise coming for you that will work on that objectivity. Trust me. You can look at why we didn't get the sale. Maybe we didn't fully vet them properly ahead of time, and it turns out we weren't talking to the right person, or they didn't have the budget that we thought they did. There could be a lot of other things that caused that sale to go south. Or if we felt like we lost our audience when we were on stage, we can take a step back and be objective rather than, oh, I'm a terrible person and I'm never going to get on stage again. No. Why? When did you feel like in your talk that you started to lose the audience? Were there technical issues? Were you not quite on your game? Was there an authenticity problem and a disconnect between your body language and your voice and the words that you were saying? And sometimes we have to be really objective and take a hard look at that. So if this sounds interesting, I definitely want you to throw some comments my way. If you're watching this later, you could still throw comments my way. I will tell you, though, it can be really difficult to go back in LinkedIn with the lives and comment back. So you may want to just private message me or simply email me through my website and get to me that way, because I will tell you, sometimes getting to comment on your stuff. It's a challenge for me. I will tell you, they don't make it very easy. So I'm not, oh, and here's the other thing why I'm working on this myself as well is because I used to be way over accommodating and I didn't have any boundaries. Oh, and if you want to talk boundaries, you want to go check out my friend Kay Coughlin, who has a whole group on just boundaries and boundary setting and stuff, which is awesome. But people will call and be like, oh, our meeting has changed. Can I have that proposal tomorrow? My first answer would always be, oh, sure, no problem. Regardless of whether I really could have the time and energy to put into it that evening, I would kill myself to get it done, right? Or, can we change the date of that training because of XYZ? Well, instead of right away saying, sure, no problem, I'm working very diligently on taking that in and saying, let me get back to you. I need to check my schedule. Let me get back to you. So that I have that moment. It's the same thing that I was talking about last pop-up when I was walking outside before it got way cold. And I was telling you to take people's feedback when they say, oh, you use your hands too much, or you need to have more energy, or I don't know what it is, what they're telling you, to change the way you dress. Whatever it is, just say, thank you for the observation. I'll take it into consideration. Or not even that much. Just say, okay, thanks. And let it go at that. You don't have to explain why you were wearing what you were wearing that day. What you planned to wear was the dry cleaners. There doesn't need to be an explanation. It just needs to be, okay, thank you. End of story. That way you can take the comment and then evaluate it later when you have more perspective, because the first thing that happens is we become defensive and we need to break down those defenses. And when you put yourself first, you can start to give yourself that space and time to do the evaluation. So here's your homework. I said there was going to be an exercise. I want you to start observing when you are presenting true to you, full on authenticity, full voice connected. You feel like you are sharing in a way that is true to the company and what it is that you're supposed to be sharing and all of that sort of thing if you're not a solo entrepreneur, but also true to you when you feel like you're in the zone. When people say you're in the, I felt like I was in the zone. Those are the moments I want you to pay attention to this week. And when you were in the zone, then you jot that down. What did it feel like and why? And what were you doing? And how were you standing? What chair were you in? What were you doing with your hands and body, if you can recall that? Start getting aware and learning what is true to you. Same thing with the parts that didn't go so well. That meeting, I don't know, I was phoning it in, or I just wasn't fully present. Whatever it is, take those down as well and figure out what it is, because it could be you didn't get enough sleep the night before. Right? If you'd been a little bit more selfish and said, I need to get the sleep that I need, so I'm not going to fold that load of laundry that could wait till tomorrow, or I didn't get my workout in that day, so I was off because I didn't hit the gym and I wasn't feeling optimum. I wasn't feeling, I do much better when I've hit the gym beforehand, or I didn't get my run, or whatever it is. Notice what didn't happen that might have sabotaged you out of your authenticity and being true to you. And then we will, in future episodes, take that information and maybe use it further. But definitely start to get a feeling for when you are authentic and when you're not. Because you are in charge of that. That's part of that being selfish, is being in charge of your own authenticity. Not what somebody else thinks looks authentic, not even necessarily what I think looks authentic. I will get you there, because I can observe things that you can't, obviously. But if this is a really great first step, and if you want to do more, just go to the website again at www.movingimageconsulting.com and sign up for a free consult. And just put in there, saw your LinkedIn Live, want to know more about this authentic presenting. It doesn't matter what kind of presenting you do. This isn't just for speakers. It's not simply for sales professionals. It isn't only for C-suite. It's for anybody who communicates, which is all of us. And when you become more true to you, your life will get better because you will be happier because of that authenticity. Okay, everybody, I wanted to keep this one on the short side, and I didn't do too badly because there was an exercise. And we'll see you in the next pop-up sometime next week.